Thank you, Manisha, and thank you all for coming. And what an inspiring way to start with Leslie Patterson, a truly outstanding person, reminding us again that happiness is not a circumstance, but happiness is a choice that we all make. So once again, welcome. I want to thank all of you for coming here this morning because I believe there is an important event going on in the United States right now, which you would all be eagerly waiting for, and especially the media. I don't know why you're covering this and not that, but thanks for coming anyway. So welcome to the 9th edition of the Singapore FinTech Festival. We call it the Singapore FinTech Festival, but the FinTech story is not just about Singapore. It's about how the global FinTech community, and I mean FinTech firms, financial institutions, and big tech, is coming together to advance innovation in financial services. It is about a global FinTech ecosystem taking shape across borders, across the public and private sectors, to expand economic opportunity and social good. So I'm delighted, therefore, to share details of the Global Finance and Technology Network, or GFTN for short. Launched by the Monetary Authority of Singapore just last week, GFTN represents not just the next phase of Singapore's FinTech journey, but also a milestone in the global FinTech movement. GFTN will replace Elevandi, the company limited by guarantee set up by MAS 4 years ago to organize the Singapore FinTech Festival. GFTN's mission is to harness technology and foster innovation through global partnerships to promote more efficient, more resilient, and more inclusive financial ecosystems. We will drive greater synergies within the global finance and technology communities for innovations in financial services that create positive economic value and social impact. Why GFTN? Why this increased focus on global connections and collaboration? 3 reasons. 1, we are seeing various new technologies where we need more coherent policies and practices to better harness their benefits and manage their risks. Technologies such as asset tokenization, climate tech, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing are progressing rapidly and proliferating in financial services. We need closer and more meaningful engagement between countries, between finance and technology, to ensure that policies, regulations, and industry practices are coherent. Second reason, to advance the innovation agenda amid the current geopolitical challenges, we need global platforms and safe spaces to promote collaboration and achieve common goals. As a non-state, not-for-profit organization, GFTN aims to be such a platform, a trusted convener. Third reason, there's been a burst of innovation in the global south. But there are critical gaps in talent, infrastructure, capital, and policy that we need to address in a concerted way to realize that potential. Innovation today is emerging not only in Silicon Valley and London, but also in cities like Jakarta, Nairobi, and Sao Paulo. So through its networks and partnerships, GFTN will aim to unlock sustainable and inclusive pathways to spread the benefits of FinTech more widely. GFTN will have 4 strategic businesses. 1, GFTN Forums, a global conference convener dedicated to finance and technology. 2, GFTN Advisory, a knowledge center offering practitioner-led advisory services and research on innovation policies and ecosystems. 3, GFTN Platforms, a platform service provider for businesses, especially small and medium enterprises and FinTech firms. And 4, GFTN Capital, an investment fund for technology startups that have the potential for sustained growth and positive social impact. Let me elaborate on each of the four, starting with GFTN forums. So today, Elevandi works with public authorities in partner countries to organize fintech events in 5 cities across 3 continents. GFTN will develop a globally distributed, partnership-driven network of fintech forums. How will we do this? First, we will sharpen the focus of Elevandi's 5 existing forums. The Japan FinTech Festival in Tokyo will focus on digital assets and provide a platform for collaboration between Japanese and Singapore financial institutions, investors, and startups in areas like insurtech and climate tech. The Point Zero Forum in Zurich will focus on the nexus between regulation and technology, especially in areas like digital assets and artificial intelligence. The Point Zero Forum also has a strong research dimension, producing papers on cross-border payments and sustainable finance. The Inclusive FinTech Forum in Kigali and the 3i Africa Summit in Accra will focus on foundational digital infrastructure and financial inclusion. The 2 forums have spawned new fintech initiatives, strengthening connections between Africa and Asia, and particularly Singapore. The Singapore FinTech Festival, well, that's where it all began, and it remains the largest and most impactful forum. It covers the intersection of policy, finance, and technology. And a distinguishing feature of the Singapore FinTech Festival is a large exhibition component outside these halls. And this component has helped to advance product and business development, as well as market opportunities for many startups and fintech firms. The second thing we will do in GFTN forums, we will expand into new geographies to double our global footprint over the next 5 years. We will integrate the various forums into a single network, carrying conversations from one forum to the next, building momentum through the year and culminating in the Singapore FinTech Festival. Third, we will launch a new dedicated forum on climate tech. Addressing climate change has become a priority in the financial sector, with growing interest in financing climate tech solutions for both carbon mitigation and climate resilience. GFTN will launch next year its first thematic forum dedicated to fostering innovation and investment in climate tech and innovative sustainability solutions for the financial sector. So stay tuned for details next year. Fourth, GFTN's forums will have a growing emphasis on artificial intelligence and quantum computing. AI is beginning to make significant inroads into financial services. We are seeing both AI-powered innovation and potentially AI-driven risks. And if quantum technologies take off, the coupling of AI and quantum computing could unlock huge opportunities, as well as present unprecedented security challenges. Let me highlight just 2 aspects of AI among the many that GFTN forums will address, and which will also be a theme in the discussions that follow here. One is to understand the pros and cons of different AI models so that we can better harness the benefits of AI. 2 is to strengthen the governance frameworks around AI so that we can manage its potential risks and downsides. AI actually encompasses a diverse range of technological models. So it's not a single thing. And these models are aimed at replicating human intelligence in various tasks, applications in financial services. And we'll get into this in the subsequent days of the festival, but very briefly, deep learning models, DLMs, they analyze multiple layers of complex data to train sophisticated artificial neural networks. Example, Ant International uses DLMs to assess the creditworthiness of loan applicants by analyzing thousands of data points from the applicant's online behavior, and digital footprint. Generative AI, or Gen AI, uses various AI technologies to create new content, including text, images, music, and more. Large language models, or LLMs, are a specific tool within the Gen AI toolkit, processing massive amounts of text data to predict human language patterns and create content. So JP Morgan's LLM model can review 12,000 commercial credit agreements in just seconds, which previously consumed 360,000 hours of work each year. Now, much of the recent focus, thanks to ChatGPT, has been on Gen AI and LLMs. And they are being increasingly deployed in the financial industry. Take, for instance, fraud detection. Gen AI can track transactions based on location, device, and operating system, flagging any anomalies or behavior that does not fit the expected patterns in these things. Another example, personalized financial advice. Gen AI can make customized budgeting, savings, and investment recommendations based on customers' financial goals, risk profiles, income levels, and spending habits. Personalized financial advice. But I think a trend that is worth watching is the emergence of small language models, or SLMs. SLMs offer a more efficient way for applications where LLMs may not be necessary. They're more purpose-driven, focusing on smaller domain-specific data sets, and this enables them to excel in particular areas. They have fewer parameters and take less time to train. So SLMs potentially offer a way for an AI industry that is today grappling with the huge energy demands from traditional Gen AI and LLMs, which obviously does not help the climate. Now, to safely harness the potential of AI for the financial sector and all these benefits, we need to address its risks through strengthened governance in 4 areas. 1, privacy of data. How do we harness the benefits of data aggregation and data sharing while safeguarding the confidentiality of personal data? 2, explainability of the results. How do we minimize the black box syndrome that you see in many AI models? The massive amount of data, the complexity of the algorithms, and the dynamic nature of AI systems make their results difficult to interpret and explain. 3, accountability for decisions. How can we hold humans ultimately responsible for decisions made by self-learning algorithms and machines? I mean, you cannot charge a machine for negligence in a court of law. You need to charge a person. So AI systems need human in the loop. 4, acceptability of outcomes. How do we minimize unconscious bias, social exclusion, and ethically unacceptable outcomes? AI models trained on incomplete or biased data can generate seemingly plausible but unsound predictions. These can in turn lead to flawed financial decisions regarding credit or investments. It is not that the AI is biased. The AI is training on data that is reflecting human behavior and human biases, but AI replicates it and sometimes magnifies it. So the fault actually lies with us, humans. Now, through its forums, GFTN looks forward to convening the key stakeholders in AI, promote thoughtful discussions and deliberations, and facilitate responsible innovation and smart regulation. Very quickly on quantum technology, much more nascent. Some believe it will go nowhere. Others that will revolutionize financial services. And again, we'll hear more of this interesting exchange in the coming days. Quantum computers that harness the laws of quantum mechanics have the potential to exponentially increase computing power compared to traditional computers. Financial institutions and fintech firms are using quantum technologies in an early stage to solve complex problems like portfolio optimization or risk modeling and fraud detection. But quantum computing also poses substantial, some say existential risks. Quantum can be used to compromise the encryption protocols that today safeguard our financial data, potentially undermining the fundamental pillars of finance, trust, and stability. Just a couple of examples of these encryption-related risks posed by quantum computing. The compromise of interbank system interfaces could allow unauthorized access to sensitive financial data, including personally identifiable information. The compromise of public key cryptography, which wholesale payment systems rely on for authentication, could enable fraudulent payment transactions. Financial institutions are becoming increasingly cognizant of quantum computing risks and are making efforts to migrate to quantum-resistant cryptography. And this is another space that GFTN forums will pay closer attention to. Next, GFTN advisory. GFTN will provide practitioner-led consultancy and capacity building services in innovation and fintech-related issues. We will provide authorities in developing countries advisory services to develop digital infrastructures, formulate policies to harness technology in financial services, and create robust innovation ecosystems. We will offer private entities market insights to support programs which drive positive social impact through innovation. And to do this well, we welcome new partners to our advisory network, which is taking shape. An early focus for GFTN advisory will be helping countries getting their foundational digital infrastructure right. We are entering an era of growing digital connectivity across borders, starting with electronic payments, but moving on to universal trusted credentials and data exchanges. To thrive in a digital economy, it is not enough to digitalize domestically, but to digitally connect internationally. I'm pleased to announce that we have already signed MOUs with 2 central banks on fintech advisory services. The first is to support the efforts of the Bank of Namibia to build up its fintech ecosystem and digital public infrastructure. GFTN will conduct a gap analysis, review regulatory and technical needs, and provide recommendations. The second is to support plans by the National Bank of Georgia to grow the country's fintech industry. GFTN is now working with partners in Rwanda and Ghana on a pilot project aimed at promoting cross-border payment connectivity in Africa. The project will explore the feasibility of achieving interoperability across the various e-payment systems and schemes in Africa through appropriate infrastructure and policy frameworks. Moving on to the third business line, GFTN platforms. GFTN will support a suite of digital platform services to help small enterprises and fintech startups innovate and thrive. Now, we will offer platform services to help enhance market access, provide analytics and information services, and support sustainability reporting. So GFTN will integrate into its network 3 platforms that were incubated in MAS and have been spun off. 1, Apex. It provides a trusted digital platform for financial institutions and fintech firms to collaborate, experiment, and deploy new solutions. Co-founded in 2018 by MAS, the ASEAN Bankers Association, and the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank, the Apex network now spans over 110 financial institutions and 2,000 fintech firms from 90 countries. The second platform, Proxtera. Proxtera provides a digital platform for small and medium enterprises to generate trusted digital credentials and gain access to cross-border trade and financing. Launched by MAS and the Infocom Media Development Authority in 2018, Proxtera has helped to bridge global trade for micro, small, and medium enterprises in Rwanda, in Ghana, Chongqing in China, and most recently, Cambodia, through the Financial Transparency Corridor. The third, platform, Greenprint. Greenprint is a digital platform for verifiable ESG data and reporting. Launched by MAS in 2023, Greenprint equips businesses with an automated ESG disclosure solution and sustainability-related value-added services. I'm pleased to announce that Greenprint released today its inaugural sustainability disclosure and marketplace offerings. Greenprint Disclosure is an automated Gen AI-powered tool to help businesses measure their Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions. Leveraging on integrations with data platforms like SingPass, MyInfo Business Zero, and ESGpedia, Greenprint Disclosure will seamlessly compute basic emissions data for businesses in Singapore, which allow Greenprint to access their data resting in these platforms. Greenprint Marketplace offers a central portal to anchor the ecosystem of ESG solutions for businesses. So it will help small and medium enterprises link to a range of sustainability solutions in the marketplace. Everything that Greenprint does will be guided by the principle of interoperability. So Greenprint Marketplace will synchronize its listings with other key portals, such as the Singapore Business Federation's Net Zero Hub. And of course, eventually, interoperability with similar regional platforms and international ones. The launch of these tools reaffirms Greenprint's mission to deliver digital utilities that support Singapore's baseline sustainability reporting needs. Greenprint will now focus on piloting the use of these tools with financial institutions, corporates, trade associations, and government agencies. Already, some 20 public and private sector organizations in Singapore have expressed and registered their interest. So please contact the Greenprint team if your organization is keen to participate. Finally, GFTN Capital. GFTN will catalyze equity investments into early stage and growth stage enterprises with the potential to succeed commercially, as well as to make a positive social impact. We will invest in fintech and climate tech enterprises, which have the potential for both strong growth and positive impact, such as strengthening financial inclusion or supporting environmental sustainability. Now, we will provide these enterprises with patient capital to give them the time and space to build up the capabilities to succeed. We're already seeing promising investment ideas emanate from our existing GFTN ecosystem, which we aim to translate into high-quality deals with our fund investors. And we will partner with world-class venture funds and asset management firms to tap on their investment expertise and investment infrastructure. The value proposition that GFTN brings to the investment business is our access to a global network and insights spanning policy, technology, and finance. We can give our investee companies exposure to global forums in Asia, Europe, and Africa for market insights, for entry opportunities, and access to a wide network of potential buyers, suppliers, and strategic partners. The programs that we have in our global forums can help provide more targeted help to our investee companies. The Capital Meets Policy dialogue. It provides access to a sector-specific guidance from policymakers and investors. The Founders Peak facilitates mentorship by our community of startup entrepreneurs, an international group today. I have laid out GFTN's 4 business lines, focused on a couple of key technologies like AI and quantum. But it is the people in GFTN and the broader community that has built up around GFTN's forums globally that will be key to our success. I'm pleased that the outstanding team of Elavandi will be moving over to GFTN. We will need to expand, but we're starting off with a good base. I'm grateful that Mr. Sopnendu Mohanty will join GFTN as Group CEO in February next year. Sopnendu has been instrumental in building up not just the Singapore FinTech ecosystem, but forging international connections for a global FinTech ecosystem. It's my privilege to chair the GFTN's board of directors, and I'll be assisted by 2 highly experienced and respected individuals as Deputy Chairman, Mr. Leong Sing Cheong, Deputy Managing Director of the MAS, and Mr. Neil Parekh, nominated Member of Parliament, Singapore, and Non-Executive Chairman at Tikaho Capital. The other board members are proven leaders from diverse backgrounds. Mr. Iqbal Jumaboy, Chief Executive Officer of Prosper Corp Corporation Limited. Professor Lam Kin Yong, Vice President Industry at Nanyang Technological University. Mr. Andrew Lim, Partner Allen and Gledhill. And Ms. Jessica Tan, Group Executive Vice President and President of Sun Life Canada. And of course, Mr. Sapnindu Mohanty, Group CEO Designate of GFTN. The Board of Directors will be guided by an international advisory board comprising distinguished leaders with a demonstrated commitment to the public interest. Mr. Dominic Barton, Chairman Leapfrog Investment, Chairman Rio Tinto, and former Global Managing Partner, McKinsey & Company. The Honorable Paula Ingabire, Minister of ICT and Innovation in the Republic of Rwanda. Mr. Eric Jing, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Ant Group. Mr. Patrick Jorge, former Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. Mr. Viratai Santiprabhu, former Governor of the Bank of Thailand. And Dr. Axel Weber, Advisor at Raisin, former Chairman of the Board of UBS, and former President of the Deutsche Bundesbank. We are also encouraged by the warm reception and strong support extended to GFTN by the United Nations Secretary General's Special Advocate for Financial Health, Her Majesty Queen Maxima of Netherlands, who is of course here with us today. Over the past 15 years, Queen Maxima has been an inspiring champion for harnessing digital technology to promote financial inclusion and enhance financial health, helping to expand access to credit, savings, insurance, and pensions for vulnerable populations around the world. And now, as the UN Secretary General's Special Advocate for Financial Health, she will focus on the development of financial services that really contribute to financial health. GFTN cannot do all that it wants to do on its own. We will collaborate with like-minded partners and seek to maximize synergies across stakeholders in the global ecosystem. We will partner with multilateral bodies, public authorities, financial institutions, academics, and strategy consultants to deliver our expanded suite of services. We will continue to work closely with MAS to enhance the connectivity of the Singapore FinTech ecosystem with both regional and global markets. GFTN is here to serve a greater purpose, to harness the power of technology for a more efficient and resilient financial system, more inclusive financial services, expanded economic opportunities for broader segments of societies, and a sustainable planet. We invite you to join us in our journey. Together, let us build a future where technology serves humanity, where innovation drives progress, and finance is a force for good. Thank you very much, and have a great Singapore FinTech Festival.